Okay, the next topic is sticking. So sticking for a drummer or a percussionist is how we are going to utilize either left hand or right hand and every combination of that sticking and how we would apply it to our music. So for us, sticking is kind of like fingering for an instrument such as clarinet or flute and how they play a scale or a pattern. For us, sticking is the same equivalent. So the first rudiment that we're going to talk about, or sticking, is entitled a single stroke roll, or what we call alternate sticking, and it's just right, left, and it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you notice, I'm still using the rebound and I'm playing full stroke, keeping my fingers on the stick. The next rudiment we will utilize is called a double stroke roll, which is 2 rights and then 2 lefts, and it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, it's important to say that every pattern here begins with a right hand lead. What you want to also do is, once you can master those and get those patterns to sound really good and nice and even, you want to actually start the patterns with the left hand lead. So that way your left hand can be as strong as your right hand. Because if not, what will happen is if I play the first sticking, this is what it would sound like. And you don't want it to sound like that, you want it to sound like this. Nice and even. The next sticking is what we call a paradiddle. So this rudiment basically takes rudiment number 1, the single stroke, and rudiment number 2, the double stroke, and kind of combines them. So the pattern is called a paradiddle. So when we play a double, we tend to refer to those as diddles. And the para is alternate sticking. So we go paradiddle, paradiddle. So now the rudiment of the paradiddle starts with the right hand for the first one, and then actually begins with the left hand on the second pattern of the rudiment. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paradiddle, paradiddle. Okay? Now, again, you want to make sure that every pattern that you play sounds nice and even like the single stroke. That's the idea. Now the next pattern is a reversed or kind of an inverted paradiddle. So instead of it being paradiddle, now it starts with the diddle. So it goes diddle, para. So it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Diddle, para, diddle, para. Okay? Now the next rudiment, or the next sticking, is kind of an extended, almost a double paradiddle. So it goes para, para, diddle, diddle. So it sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. Okay? Then the last one is 4 right hands and 4 left hands. And it sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. Now, utilizing this in the marching realm, we extend the right hand by 4 more and the left hand by 4 more, and we kind of have our first kind of warm-up, which is what we call 8 on a hand. So instead of just 4, we do 8. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Warming up is very important for us as percussionists as well as wind players. Kind of gets our hands going, gets the blood going, but also it's very important that it kind of gets the mind going and the brain going. Now, with these stickings, again, as I mentioned, you want to start everything in the patterns with the right hand, and then you also want to try to start them with the left hand. It's very important to be somewhat ambidextrous, to be very equal with the right and with the left. And for those of you who might want to explore a little further, there's a great book entitled Stick Control by George L. Stone. And it has these patterns and many, many more once you get to a little bit more advanced age and really want to branch out with the sticking.